Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you, Anna? Okay, you are fine. That's good. So you can hear me, you can see me very well, right? Okay, perfect. And I would love to see you today as well. So if your camera is ready and if you have a good look as usual, so please switch on your camera, would be great if you can do it today. Okay, so Kostya and, not Kostya, sorry, Ilya and Sophie told me that they won't attend the lesson today, so they will watch the recorded session, and I really appreciate that they have warned me before about that. And today we are going to start in time because we have pretty lots of things to do. So let me show you what we're going to do today. Okay, so this is the second lesson of our summer course, which is about use of English and writing for B2 level. So today, we are going to revise very fast what we were talking about last lesson, okay? Then we are going to have a deeper look for some of modal verbs today. Then we will practice some prepositions, collocations, and word formation. After that, we will stop and concentrate on writing for FCE exam, and that will be about the SM, okay? So let's start. So last lesson we were talking about modal verbs and their functions. And we were talking that one modal can have various meanings. And this is very important because it means that when you paraphrase it, you will find different synonymous expressions, depend on the meanings, depend on the functions of the modal verb. For example, I can express ability. And this way you will paraphrase it with something like I'm able, for example. Can also mean a request. For example, can you pass me the sugar? It means that would you pass me the sugar, or please pass me sugar. And it can be also something like a permission. Can I go now? It means here like, may I go now? Okay. So this was your homework and you did it pretty well. I agree with most of your statements. Let's check together. Okay. I hope you have it written somewhere beside you. So let's have a look. Number one, that was possibility. The function was possibility. It could be paraphrased like she may have misunderstood you, okay? Or it's possible that she misunderstood you. Or perhaps, maybe she misunderstood you. So that was number one. Number two, I'm sure they're tired. Express the logical assumption. You could paraphrase it like, they must be tired. Number three, they ought to pay more attention. Here I disagree with you because this is more like advice, you know. And in this case, it would be the best paraphrasing with should. They should pay more attention, or they need to pay more attention. They had better pay more attention, something like this, okay? So number four, I don't think she sold her house. This is a logical assumption as well. Could be paraphrased like, I'm sure she has not sold her house, or they can't have, she can't have sold her house. Number five, it's likely that he'll object. In this case, it means probability. So you can paraphrase it like, he is likely to object, or he'll probably object. Six is possibility. We may have to wait for them. So we might have to wait for them, or it's possible that we will have to wait for them. Number 7, I'm sure she's Australian. This is logical assumption. She can't be Australian, or I don't think she's Australian. 8, logical assumption as well. He must be terrified. That's how you can paraphrase it. We ought to offer her help. Number 9, I disagree with you at this point as well. This is also advice, you know, or even necessity, but maybe advice better. We should offer to help, or we had better offer to help. 11, you can't park here. You're right here. This is a prohibition. It's, oh, sorry, I missed number 10. Number 10. They'll probably want something to eat. This is possibility. It's likely they'll want something to eat. Or the other way can be like they are likely to want something to eat. 11, prohibition, and you did pretty well here. You are not allowed park here, to park here, or you may not, or you must not park here. 12, he should have warned us about the dog. This is criticism, and you were correct here, absolutely. He ought to have warned us about the dog, or he could have warned us about the dog. That would be the perfect one. Okay, Anna. Now I need you with me writing in the chat box new sentences, right? So, these are very fast. Let's do it very, very fast, really. So you can switch on the sound now to tell me the function, okay? So you give me the function orally, and you write me the sentences in the chat box. Let's do it this way. Okay, so number 1, Anna, read the sentence out, say the function of the modal verb, and then write paraphrased sentence in the chat box. Let's go.
Perhaps he's working now. It's possibility.
Maybe possibility, could be probability as well.
It's likely he's working now.
It is likely he's working now, that's right. What other options could be? Perhaps, think of perhaps, how to change it, how to paraphrase it. Perhaps means?
Maybe.
Maybe, right, but in two separate words, right? He may be working, that's right. Okay, thank you. Next one.
I'm sure he hasn't got the letter yet. A logical assumption.
Good.
He couldn't has got the letter yet.
Yeah, look, in this case, you cannot change the verb have because it goes after can. So you say, he could not have got the letter yet, okay? Or he can't have got the letter yet. Okay, good job, very good. Let's go on.
I'm sure she understood. It's logical assumption. She must understood.
That's right. She must have understood, okay? She must have understood. Should be this one. She must have, must be, must have.
Shall I help you do your homework? It's offer.
Pardon?
It's offer.
Yeah, it is an offer. That's right. It is an offer. Yeah.
May I help you do your homework?
maybe. It's possible also to paraphrase it with would you like me? Would you like me to help you with your homework? Something like this could be also. And do you understand the difference between offer and suggestion?
Offer, it's like friendly, and suggestion, not friendly.
Not really. Look, offer, it's when I offer you something. But for example, I offer you my help, I offer you a cup of tea, I offer you something. Suggestion, it's when I suggest what we can do together. Suggestion is when I say, Anna, let's start now, right now, okay? Or Anna, let's go and drink tea together, okay? This is suggestion. When I offer you something for two of us, for all of us, okay? This is the difference. Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough about offer and suggestion, Anna?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it necessary for you to help her?
Mm-hmm. So as far as you can see the word necessary, I think it's easy to come up with the function.
Necessity.
Perfect, that's right. Now paraphrase it. When we're talking about necessity, you know, what's the first verb that comes to your mind?
Need.
So paraphrase it with need, you're absolutely right.
Was it needed for you to help her?
Need, don't change it, you know. So the best way to say it, did you need to help her? Okay, did you need to help her? 6.
It's forbidden to smoke here. It's
Prohibition, that's right, okay.
It's mustn't to smoke in here.
It's mustn't.
No. I can't change it. Yes.
You can, because you know it's this is the difference actually. You know the subject makes difference. Sorry. You should change it.
You can't smoke in here.
You can't, or you must not as well. Okay. You must not. Next.
He is likely to buy a sports car. Possibility.
Yeah, that's right. Or probability.
He might buy a sports car.
Very good, that's right, okay. Or he'll probably buy a sports car. Or you can actually paraphrase the subject, you know, and make it something like, it's likely that he will buy a sports car, like this. 8.
It isn't necessary for him to work today. He doesn't need to work today.
Perfect, because the function is?
Necessity.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, lack of necessity, okay? 9.
It wasn't necessary for them to buy so much food. It's necessity.
Look carefully at the meaning. What does it mean? What, in which case you would say this sentence?
Criticism.
That's right. Criticism, right. Change it.
They shouldn't buy so much food.
They should not buy so much food, you know, sounds confusing a little bit, but something like they need not have bought, you know, sounds better, clearer. So they should not, they need not have bought so much food. Next one.
It would be a good idea to avoid eating sweets. It's advice.
It's an advice, that's right, perfect, advice, right? So here goes should.
You should avoid eating sweets.
Good job. You changed the subject. That's right. Next.
Let's try doing this exercise. It's offer. Suggestion.
That's right, because let's try. So I suggest something for both of us, okay?
Shall we try doing this exercise?
Absolutely.
Would you mind if I used your pen? Permission.
Perfect.
Can I use your pen?
That's right. What else?
Might I use your pen?
May I use your, may or might. That's right. So all of them are perfect. That's right. So Anna, I'm really proud of you. You know, last lesson you didn't have even an idea about all these functions, and now you can play with it. You can change it. Good job. Really good job. Okay. So now I want you to talk about the pictures. Remember, in our exam, or even not in exam, you know, this is a very useful skill, you know, to be able to talk about the pictures. So usually when you describe the picture, you cannot be 100% sure about what is going on it, you know. You can just guess. And in English, we call this speculation about the picture. So, and that's why it is very important to use the modal verbs. You know, especially maybe in this case, possibility or probability, this kind of verbs. I will give you the example with the first picture. Then you will go on with next pictures, okay? For example, he is a disabled man. He can't walk. So here is the first model I use. He can't walk. The lady behind the wheelchair may be his wife. I could say that he may have had a car accident. He may be feeling lonely sometimes. And he is likely to be there for walk, for example. Okay, so now I want you to think of 3-4 sentences for the picture I will show you. If you are sure about what they are doing or who are they, you can use must be, they must be. If you're unsure, then you speculate like may be or could be.
I don't need to explain, yes?
You don't need to explain. Just describe the pictures with 3-4 sentences using the modal verbs. What they are doing.
On the photograph, I see 2 men who definitely know a lot of things. They must know a lot of things.
I would say they must have known. Must have, and then the perfect form. They must have known lots of things.
One of them may be married.
Is married.
Is married. And it's possible that another one is a hardworking man.
Perfect. This is a good explanation, really. Look what I came up with, my idea. They must be colleagues. They might try to find a solution for a problem in their company. Or they may have been working together for a long time. Okay, so any kind of this. Go on.
On the photograph, I see 2 people. I think they may quarrel because they are separated.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I will give you also my ideas. They may be a couple. They could have had an argument together. She might be leaving him. but they ought to find a solution together. They might be feeling awful right away. And the last picture.
There is a woman who must be happy. It's likely she may go home, and
it's likely she will go home, because likely and may together in one sentence.
It's likely she go home.
She will go home, or she goes home, or she's going home.
Maybe she needs a ride.
Maybe she needs a ride. Good job. Okay.
She is waiting.
She's looking for a taxi.
She could be waiting her husband.
She could be waiting for her husband. That's right. Okay. So that's good. This is very good. Okay, Anna. Now, I want to have today a deeper look to some of modal verbs that sometimes can be confusing, you know. So must not versus need not. Must not means it's forbidden. So the function of this is prohibition, and I think it's quite clear. For example, you must not cross the street when the light is red. Prohibition, must not, it's forbidden. You are not allowed, okay? Need not, and the synonym of that is you don't have to, means that it is not necessary. The function of this is a lack of necessity. For example, you need not worry about it. It means that you don't have to worry about it. It will be okay. So now look at this. This is a kind of the exam task of use of English in FCE exam, okay? So the task is that you have to complete the sentences using the words in bold. You can complete the sentences using 2 or 5 words, including the bold words. So let's go on. Soldiers are forbidden to leave the camp unless they get special permission. Now you think very carefully and write me in the chat box which words can you use to complete the second sentence. Don't forget that meaning should remain the same. Just write to me the word that you will use to complete the sentence. Must not leave the camp. Perfect, that's right. Must not leave the camp. But I'm confused with your must not, you know. If you will have such a mistake like now, you will get just 1 point for this sentence, not 2 points, because the maximum score for each sentence is 2 points. If you got a little spelling mistake like now, you will get just 1 point. So, or you write must not, or you write it with apostrophe, you know, must not with apostrophe. Okay, good job. Number 2. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed to go beyond this point. To go beyond this point, okay? So this is the point. And if you are an authorized personnel, you're not allowed to go beyond this point, okay? So think carefully. And write correct spelling this time. are forbidden and are not allowed are the same in the meaning. You know, they're absolutely synonyms, means the same. Concentrate, concentrate, and try again. Look at the words that are missed, okay? Remember how I was marking that on the board. So, like this, you know, I will show you that. Like this, you know. So, unauthorized personnel and unauthorized personnel. This point, okay. So, what is missed? Are not allowed to go beyond. So now you should paraphrase it with must. That's right. Must not go beyond. Must not go beyond. After must, you cannot use to. Must to go beyond, no way. So must not go beyond. This is how you do it. Okay. 3. It is not necessary for Jim to get up early tomorrow as it is a holiday. You do it the same way, you know, like this. Jim has to get, but it is written that it is not necessary. When you say Jim has to get up early, it means it is necessary for Jim. That's right. Does not have to get. Perfect. Does not have to get. And you have 5 words now, you know. Okay, that's right. 4. Readers aren't allowed to take books out of the library without filling a form. Must not take books. Perfect. You are perfect this time. Very good. Number 5. It is not necessary. It is not necessary for Julie to work today. She can have the day off. Does not have to work. That's right. Very good. Okay. Did a good job. Let's go ahead. Okay. So I need to. Okay. I cleared my drawings. So let's go ahead. Sorry. Okay. So need not versus did not need to and versus need not have. Be careful. Need not, which is don't have to or don't need to. We were talking the previous slide. This is to talk about something that is not necessary in the present time or future, like this. You don't have to wear evening dress because it's an informal party. It means that this is not necessary now, or this will be not necessary in the party, you know. So need not, and then you use the present infinitive. Okay. The second box, which is here, did not need to. It's the same, but you use it for the past. So it was not necessary in the past, like this. You did not have to wear evening dress. It means that it was not necessary to wear it when it was a party, for example, yesterday. Okay, this is very clear. The third point, which is down on the bottom of the page. Need not have. And then you have the present perfect infinitive. So it looks really like present perfect, right? For example, it means that it happened in the past, but it was not necessary. For example, you need not have cooked as much food as you did last night. What does it mean? It means that you did it, you cooked, but it was not necessary. So that's why you use you did not have cook. Okay? Need not, and then like present perfect, have cooked. It means that it was not necessary, you know. You should not do this. A kind of criticism maybe, you know. Okay. So now let's practice. If you have a handout already, you can open it at this page because I think you will need it right now. If you don't have, I can give you a minute to take a photo of this slide. Ready? Okay. So let's move to paraphrasing. Okay, there you go. So let's go. You know the rules of the game. Use from 2 to 5 words, including the word in bold. So it was not necessary for him to write to his mom because she ran him. In this exercise, you should be also careful with the tenses. If it is past simple, then you should also write in past simple. If it is present, then you write in present. Need, normal verb, need. It does not need these passive voices. Look at the previous slide. You should have it opened or took a picture of it. So look at the previous slide, how to use the verb need. Was not needed. It's never you. It's really sounds strange, you know. Was not necessary. Yes, was not needed. And also you cannot change the word that is given to you. If it's written here need, you cannot change it and write needed. Okay, so I can help with this. He did not need to write. He did not need to write. That's all. Let's go next. We took more luggage than was necessary on our holiday. This is the third case which was on the bottom of the page. First of all, you can recognize it with taken, right? This is third form, so this is a past participle. And I'm waiting for your answer. Need not have taken. Perfect, yes. And even it's better to say need not have taken so much luggage. Sounds brilliantly in this case. So need, not, have, taken, so. Perfect. Number 3, there is no need for you to water the plants this morning. Perfect. Don't have to water. That's right. Very good. Number 4, it was not necessary for Arthur to get the train because his brother offered to give him a lift. Did not need the train. Also, you have missed the part, you know. Watch carefully and do like I did with the marker. Cross out which words are used and which words are not used, and you have to paraphrase them all. There are 2 words you missed. Did not need, and 2 more words to write. That's right. Did not need to get. Okay. Did not need to get. Number 5. She came early last night, which was not necessary because the party did not start till 10. Need not have come. Very good. And also don't forget to use so. She need not have come so early last night. Okay, so this is perfect. Okay, Anna. So we have worked with you a little bit and shaped a little bit our models. Now let's move to other fields, you know, to other area of use of English. Okay. Prepositions can be also challenging in English because they don't have so many prepositions like we have in our Russian language, for example, right? So you have to remember in which case, with which words, the right prepositions go. For example, Catherine was absent from school yesterday, okay? So your mic is switched on. So I want you to tell me the answers. Don't write because we are running out of time a little bit. So read the sentence and think of correct preposition.
Mr. King received 50 letters in answer of his advertisement.
What was the preposition?
Of.
Of his advertisement?
Maybe.
Try again.
From.
In answer, you know. So he received the letters as an answer his advertisement. So he wrote the advertisement and then he got answers.
On his advertisement.
Yeah, that's how you would say this in Russian. In English, you say to his advertisement. Okay? So Mr. King received 50 letters in answer to his advertisement. В ответ на, in answer to. 3.
She was amazed of the fantastic view.
At the fantastic view. Yes, amazed at.
He is very attached to his parents.
Perfect, that's right.
She is an accustomed to drinking champagne.
Perfect, 2, right. She is not accustomed to drinking champagne.
She decided to
Apply
to Jones
LTD, it's the name of the company.
About the job advertised in the
Now when we say to apply the job, what would you say? For the job. To apply for the job. Подавать на работу, документы на работу. To apply for the job. If it is about the company, then you say to apply to a company, like you've said about Jones Ltd. But to apply for the job, okay? Next.
She accused her son to taking some money from her purse.
Of. Accuse of. She accused her son of taking some money.
My doctor doesn't approve of smoking. He argues with his wife about everything.
Perfect.
Do you believe in ghosts?
That's right.
He was angry with Anne about her behavior.
Yeah, but it's better to say for her behavior. For. So he's angry with Helen for her behavior.
The antiquary dealer took advantage of the customer's ignorance and sold him a fake.
Good job.
She was very anxious.
Переживала за него. She was worried about him. But anxious, it's, pardon? For, perfect, that's right.
She was so anxious for her exams.
Here you have about her exams. Okay, so to be anxious about something, but about somebody for him. 15.
He agreed with his boss that the office needed recognizing and agreed about to do it.
Yes, because between two verbs. Good job, okay.
Her latest novel is based on the life of John Collins. I can see no basis about changing our plans now.
For changing our plans now. The last one.
He enjoys betting in the horses.
On the horses. Okay, so good job. Good job. When I will send you the video, I want you to work it without it one more time, because next time we will go with it faster, just to remind, okay? So let's move to collocations. Refuse and Denny. They are synonyms, right? Do you know what do they mean in Russian?
Отрицать.
Отрицать, that's right. Отказываться, да? От чего-то. So, with which words do you use these verbs? For example, an invitation. Refuse an invitation or deny an invitation.
Jenny.
Refuse an invitation. Next one, saying something.
Danny.
Danny saying something, agree.
Refuse.
Refuse help. Mm-hmm.
Refuse an offer.
Refuse an offer, that's right.
Danny knowledge.
Danny knowledge, good job.
Refuse to work.
Refuse to work, very good.
Danny responsibility.
That's right, very good. Next words, false and artificial. The same meaning, absolutely the same meaning. So with which words you say this word or this word?
Artificial passport.
False passport.
False hand.
Artificial, it's like искусственный. Не настоящий, в смысле искусственный, да, то есть вот зубы, например, teeth. Могут быть искусственные зубы, да, artificial teeth. А false teeth не очень так вот скажешь, как бы, да. Не, ну может быть false teeth, конечно, но больше подходит artificial teeth, они искусственные, окей? What about hand?
Artificial hand.
Artificial hand. Lights.
False.
Artificial lights. False неправдошний, подделанный, да? Не true, the opposite of true. Flowers.
Artificial.
Artificial flowers. For example, the flowers you buy for Kladbische, right? They are artificial flowers. Promise.
False.
False promise.
False alarm.
False alarm. Statement, it's like sentence.
False.
False sentence. Okay. Can you feel the difference now?
Yes.
Okay.
Clear sky.
Mm-hmm.
Clean hands.
That's right.
Clear voice.
Clear voice. Agree.
Clean house.
That's right.
Clear view.
That's good.
Clean clothes.
Perfect.
Clear record.
Clean record. Mm-hmm. Conscience. Do you know conscience? Сознание. Conscience.
Clear.
Clear conscience. Yes, like in Russian. В здравом уме и в здравом сознании, ясном сознании. So clear conscience. That's right. Okay. So now let's move for word formation. Okay. I want to give you something like 5 minutes, not more, to fill in this table. And we're going to check it together in 5 minutes. Remember that you don't have to fill all the pieces, right? So, for example, sometimes you have just verb and noun. Sometimes you have noun and adjective only. So you don't always have to write in every piece of the chart, right? So maybe you don't have the adverb for this, or maybe you don't have a verb for this. So write just what you are sure about, okay? And we will discuss it with you in 5 minutes. Okay, Anna, there we go with you. So let's check it out. So I won't comment because this is quite clear. So just I want you to check it in your copybooks and make maybe in your notes, okay? Something like, for example, relaxed and relaxing. Is it clear for you? The difference is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Ending and end. Actually, it's the same. If you have, for example, in prompts, if you have the word end, you cannot write end. You have to change it. So maybe you can use ending. Okay. About enjoyable, it's okay. The meaning is clear. Host and hostess. Okay. Host хозяин, hostess хозяйка. Hospitality гостеприимство. Host принимать гостей. Hospitable гостеприимный.
Everything is fine.
Pardon?
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. So that's right. Okay, my friend. So here is the exam task for you. Okay, you tell me how long time do you need to solve it?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, right? Okay, you have your 5 minutes. See you in 5 minutes. Okay, and there we go. Let's check it. So what was 0?
Alexin.
Perfect. 1.
Endless.
Good job. 2.
Worms.
Great. 3.
Cross.
Brilliant. 4.
Enjoyable.
Fantastic. 5.
Peaceful.
Peaceful. Great. 6.
Unpolluted.
Super. 7.
Hospitable.
Right. 8.
Luxurious.
Luxuries. 9.
Impersonal.
Impersonal. This is because this is the only what is suitable here. And 10.
Popularity.
Bravo, bravo, my friend, bravo. It was quite easy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here we go now with this part, with the challenging part, okay? So writing for FCE, you know, you will have to write 2 pieces of text, 2 compositions. First one, it's the same in every exam. This is essay. The second, and you cannot change it, you know, it's compulsory. But the second part, it's on your choice. You always have a choice between 3 or 4 pieces of writing. For example, you can choose between a personal letter or a story or an article or a review or a report, something like this, okay? So, writing an essay. We have done it already. Remember in February when you could not attend the online meeting with us, the lesson that lasted 3 hours, and then I've sent you a link, remember?
Yes.
Video. So there we were discussing some useful expressions of writing essay and so on. So this is an extract from teacher's book for FCE exam. Look, this is the task type is writing an essay. The focus should be on agreeing or disagreeing with a statement, given information, given an opinion, given reasons, comparing and contrasting ideas and opinions, and drawing a conclusion. So you don't have to be only agree. You have to agree with something and disagree with something, but give reasons for your point of view. Give examples, give informations, give your personal opinion, because every time you have the third prompt, is your idea, okay? Format, it's okay. So in part 1, the task will be in the form of an essay question with prompts. So you have the question of essay, you have 2 prompts, and the third one, it's always written, use your own idea, okay? The range of functions tested will include agreeing or disagreeing with the statement, giving opinions on the question, giving information or explanations, comparing and contrasting ideas and opinions, exemplifying, so giving examples, giving reasons, and drawing conclusions. Candidates are required to write a discursive essay in grammatically correct English using a neutral or formal register. So the style of your essay should be semi-formal, formal, or neutral. It is vital that candidates read the rubric, essay question, and prompts very carefully, and now in order to understand what they are expected to do. Successful essay address the questions or the question or statement in a clear and logical way. It is important that candidates keep to the focus of the topic in question and that all their ideas and opinions are relevant to the question. Okay, let me give you 2 minutes or 1 minute of speech in Russian to explain this very fast for you. Очень часто, когда мы начинаем отвечать и писать эссе, мы забываем, какой вопрос вообще нам был дан в самом начале, и отвлекаемся на совершенно ненужные темы. Лимит слов, который дан вам, он дан для того, чтобы вы смогли ответить на вопрос. То есть вот у нас тут стоит как бы, да, от 140 до 190 слов. Если вы напишете меньше, скорее всего, вы не раскроете тему. Если вы напишете больше, значит, вы отошли от темы. Безусловно, считать слова никто не будет, как бы, да, в Кембридж. То есть приблизительно вы сами должны это знать. Представь себе, ты переписываешь этот текст 3-4 раза, каждый раз ты будешь считать слова. It takes too much time. Обычно в одной линии, вот надо посчитать, запомнить, сколько слов ты пишешь в одну линию. Обычно это 7-8 слов. И считать по линиям, да? Это уже будет проще тебе. Когда убираешь лишнее, смотри на вопрос. Does it address the question directly or it is far from my question? Дальше, the next point. Students need to become experienced at discussing the advantages and disadvantages of aspects of all kinds of topics at B2 level. Being able to support an opinion with reasons and examples is another skill required when writing an effective essay. For example, you say, yes, I agree, schools are important in our life. This is not enough. You should give reasons why you think so. Then you should give an example of this. That's what we call an effective essay. The two given prompts help to guide and develop the essay and clearly relate to the question of the statement. То есть те две идеи, которые даны, которые ты должен включить, они непосредственно касаются темы, они должны быть включены, и они тебя ведут к правильному пути, но третий ты уже должен выбрать сам, но который точно так же, как и первые два данные тебе prompts, касаются темы. Candidates also need to think of a third idea of their own, which is distinct from the two given prompts. Brainstorming ideas for different topics will be very useful practice for this. If any of the three essay prompts is missed out, the target reader will not be fully informed and the candidate will be penalized. So, target reader, who is a target reader? Target reader is a person who will read your essay. It's a person to whom you address your essay. Usually, in FCE papers, in FCE exam, it is written that your English teacher has asked you to write an essay, blah, blah, blah. So who is the target reader in this case? Your English teacher, okay? So imagine your English teacher does not have any idea about what you want to say, what you want to write. So when you pre-proof your reading, you should put yourself in a place of English teacher and read it as you are an English teacher, as you are a target reader. Was it clear enough? Did you understand what the Anna mean? Something like this. So, in order to hold the reader's attention successfully, candidates need to express their idea in clear and logical way, making sure that the development of the essay is smooth and easy to follow. Varying the length of sentences, using direct and indirect questions, and using a variety of structures and vocabulary may all help to communicate ideas more effectively. All parts of your essay, there are actually 5 parts always, should move smoothly one from another, you know. Essay should be well organized and coherent. Coherent – это логично последовательным. Students need practice in planning an essay effectively. The correct use of linking words and phrases like but, so, however, on the other hand. The appropriate use of cohesive devices, using pronouns for referencing, это мы еще будем брать cohesive devices. And the use of paragraphs to guide the reader. All are all aspects for organization which should be practiced and developed. To produce a successful essay, candidates need to be familiar with a range of structures which can be used when comparing, contrasting, agreeing, disagreeing, explaining, informing, and giving opinions with reasons or examples. The different ways of opening a discussion and reaching a conclusion should also be explored and practiced. Exposure to a range of vocabulary used to discuss current issues and aspects of life is also very important. I will show you now how to do this, okay? So, first of all, as I told you, our essay should have a plan. And the plan actually is easy. The first one is introduction. The second one, prompt number 1, given to you. The third paragraph and the third point of your plan will be prompt 2, which is also given to you. The first paragraph, the fourth point will be prompt 3. Usually this is your own idea. And the fifth point is a conclusion. Okay, I will share with you a link I liked it. I really liked it. So you can see and read it later on. Okay. So I think it's always very difficult to start. When you see a question, you don't know how to begin your essay. Usually this is where you meet difficulties, right? So let's concentrate today only about the first paragraph, only on introduction. Okay. So I will give you some secrets for a great introduction, how to write it, how to start writing your essay, okay? So first of all, remember who is your target reader, because this will affect your style of the letter, of course, okay? So when you are given a question, you should find the main topic. It's usually 2-3 words and underline it. This is the main topic, because later on, when you will have the main body of your essay, you should always keep in your mind, is it about this main topic, or I went somewhere left or right? Then you should underline the keywords. You need to underline the keywords because in your introduction, you are going to paraphrase what you are asked to do. So when you have finished the underlining of main topic and keywords, you should think of synonyms. You should paraphrase them. Then write the first sentence. Actually, introduction usually have 2, 3, 4 sentences, you know. So then you write the first sentence. The first sentence dealing with the general point of view. So something very general about the question. In sentence number 2, you are going to paraphrase the topic sentence. You are going to paraphrase the question you were given. And 7, it's a good trick. It does not always work, but it works in 90% out of 100. You should ask a rhetorical question, which allows you to list the reasons in the main body later on. Okay, look. For example, this is your question of the essay. Many people believe that education is the single most important factor in the development of a country. Do you agree? So, according to our top secrets, what should you do now? Target reader is okay, because this is usually your English teacher. 2, underline the main topic. Okay, Anna, what is the main topic here?
Education is a single important.
It's too much, it's too much, it's too much. Education and?
Factor.
What is the topic? Education, development of a country. Exactly. Okay. Next, you should underline the keywords. So what are the keywords? What are the most important words here? That, is it an important word?
No.
Believe? No. So what are the keywords here?
Many people.
Many people. Education, is it a keyword?
Yes.
It is a keyword. What else?
Of a country.
Country. Do you agree? Is it important? Agree?
Yes.
So you should come up with something like this. With the blue color, I've underlined the main topic. Education, development of a country. This is the main idea, okay? That education is the very important factor in the development of the country. My computer is running off charge. 1 second, I have to put it in charge, okay? Just a second. Okay, I'm done. with the yellow color, I've underlined the keywords. Many people, education, important factor, development, country, agree. Okay? So because when they told me, do you agree? It means that they asked me for my opinion, right? So as far as in your exam, you will have just a pencil. Maybe it has sense to circle the main topic and to underline the keywords, but it should be done. Okay? When you have done this, you should come up then with the synonyms. For example, many people. How can you say it in other words? Society, citizens. Education, teaching, learning, educational system. Important factor, significant element, key issue, major part maybe, you know. The development, it's growth or growing or evolution. Country, state, nation. Agree. If they ask agree, so they ask for my opinion. So I can say something like, in my opinion, or I think, or myself included. Okay? So try to find difficult words. Using difficult words in your essay will give you a benefit. If you have done mistakes, grammar mistakes, lexical mistakes, collocation mistakes, anyway, you will have good point because you have used difficult vocabulary. Okay, so when you are in your exam, you should start with this. Okay, so first, underline the main topic or circle the main topic, which I have blue, and then underline the keywords. After that, you paraphrase them. You find the synonyms. If you come up with 1 or 2, this is more than enough. Try to choose the most difficult ones. Okay. After that, oh, sorry. I am sorry. Something went wrong here, so I will have to open another one. One moment. Okay, I had to change the presentation. So, okay, then you start to write. So our question was, many people believe that education is the single most important factor in the development of a country. Do you agree? That was the question of our essay. And can you see my slide now?
Yes.
Okay. So sentence 1 should be really general. What is the main topic? Education, development of a country. So we can write something like, there are numerous factors contributing the prosperous economy of any nation. Or anything about the development of the country. Anything, you know, something like there are plenty of developed countries in our world, or there are developed and undeveloped societies, whatever, you know, so anything in general. Sentence 2, it's about paraphrasing the given sentence, which is, many people believe blah, blah, blah. You should paraphrase it. Something like, nevertheless, our society, myself included. Why myself included? Because they asked me, do you agree? So I can already start writing about that in my introduction. Nevertheless, our society, myself included, strongly considers academic knowledge as the most significant element of the advanced progression of the country's life. So let's see, which words did I use to paraphrase? Many people. How did I paraphrase many people?
Our society.
Our society. Believe.
Strongly considers.
Strongly considers. Education.
Academic knowledge.
Good job. Most important factor.
As the most significant.
Significant element. Development of a country.
Progression.
Advanced progression, yes. And country, we paraphrased as country's life. So the sentence number 3, you will try to write to, the question, the rhetorical question, something like, so on what grounds do many people base their opinion? So you should ask a риторический вопрос that will open for you the possibilities to write anything you need after that. Okay? So the first sentence is really general about education or about development of a country, something very general, not from the topic. After that, you paraphrase, the topic is given to you, the sentence is given to you. And the third one, you try to ask the rhetorical question. Try. Okay? So let's see another example, okay? This is, in bold, you have the question. In cities and towns all over the world, the high volume of traffic is a problem. What actions can be taken to solve this problem? So, Anna, where is the main topic?
Traffic.
Traffic. So the main problem is traffic and find me one more expression that represents the main topic.
Solve the problem, this problem.
Perfect. So traffic and solve this problem. Well done. So this is your main topic. While you are writing your prompts, your own ideas, you should always refer to the main topic. Is it about traffic? Is it about how I can solve this problem? Okay. The keywords.
Problem. High volume. Actions.
Cities and towns. Actually, the keywords are written for you down. And they are written already with the synonyms or paraphrasing context. For example, cities and towns, you can use like urban areas or metropolis. High volume means huge amount or multitude or a lot of traffic, congestion, traffic jam, rush hour. Solve, solution, clarify, deal with, cope, problem, issue, obstacle. So whatever comes to your mind, try to choose the most difficult words that come to your mind to earn points, high scores, Okay. So let's try to write the introduction for this question. In cities and towns all over the world, the high volume of traffic is a problem. What actions can be taken to solve this problem? First sentence with general point of view. So something very general. So something about traffic or something about problem. For example, since the invention of the car, our society has been commuting with ease. So this is something very general. That thank you, the person who has invented the car, now our life is easier. Okay, or you could come up something like that cities and towns have many different problems. I'm just saying that, it's not it's not a final version, but you could write something like cities and towns meet different problems. And one of them is traffic solution, you know, something like this. So the second sentence should be the paraphrasing of the sentence that you were given. You can paraphrase this one like, however, the increasing number of vehicles in urban areas has led to huge amount of traffic jams even outside the rush hour. So let's see how we paraphrased the topic sentence. Cities and towns.
Urban areas.
That's right. High volume.
Number of vehicles.
Huge amount. High volume, huge amount. Traffic.
Traffic jams.
Traffic jams. That's all. Look, so that's how we could paraphrase it. And the third one is rhetorical question. For example, so what are the possible solutions that might cope with this issue? Okay, so this is actually a rhetorical question. You can see that this is the paraphrasing of the second sentence. What actions can be taken to solve this problem? We have paraphrased it as a rhetorical question. So what are the possible solutions that might cope with this issue? Okay, good. Okay, so let's see this as a question. Is it better to start your own business rather than work for a company? You could start, for example, with something very general, like many people dream of starting a business, doing something they enjoy. Okay, then you are going to paraphrase what is given to you. However, this is a big step which needs serious thought or whatever, you know. So now I want you to think carefully about this question as a question, because I did not like the given answer like this one. Many people dream of starting a business, doing something they enjoy. However, this is a big step which needs serious thought. And I want you to think also about this as a question. And I want you to improve this introduction. The question is, what are the differences between the environmental problems faced by people who live in towns and those faced by people who live in the countryside? And the introduction. People in cities and the countryside face various environmental problems. However, they are very different. I want you to improve this introduction. Okay, this one and the previous one. That would be your homework. Okay, Anna?
Okay.
So just introduction. I don't want you to write me the whole essay. I want you to write me just the introduction for this question and the last one. So in your handout, 2 last pages. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to write in your for your homework. Okay, just this. So when I will send you the recording, the video recording, pay attention to prepositions as well. Okay, you did quite well today with the modal verbs and with word formation. You did pretty well with collocation as well. So pay attention to prepositions because I'm going to ask you next week. And as well, I need from you these 2 introductions of your essay. Next time, we are going to learn something else about our essay. Okay, any questions?
No questions.
No questions. Okay, my friends, that's all. So goodbye, have a nice week.
You too.
See you, goodbye.
Bye.